Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Fearless Fridays. This is episode 12 of Fearless Fridays. And as always, I thank you for watching, whether you're watching on IGTV or YouTube or Facebook. Thank you for watching and sharing and liking and commenting and all of those things. I appreciate all of those things. So thank you so much. We are right around the corner from Christmas. It's literally a few days away. And as we're in this Christmas season, this holiday season, this gift giving season, so many of us are rushing around preparing for the holidays, whether we're traveling to visit family and friends or rushing around just to buy gifts. Many of us hoping to receive some gifts. And all of that activity got me thinking about what I wanted to share this week. And one phrase that just kept popping up in my mind was placeholders. Placeholders. And I was thinking, well, what is that about? Placeholders. What is that about? And, as I thought more about it, I came to realize that a lot of us are holding on to things simply because those things fill a space or hold a place in our lives. It could be a possession that you have, something that you have in your home or your apartment that you don't really use anymore, doesn't really serve a purpose anymore, but you hold on to it because it just fills that space, it holds that place. Sometimes what we're holding on to is maybe relationships that aren't benefiting us anymore. Could be friendships, could be romantic relationships, maybe professional business relationships, certain jobs that may not benefit us anymore. And so I've really been thinking about that a lot and challenging myself to look at my life and look at the things in my life that might just be placeholders. And so I want to challenge you as well to look at the things in your life that might just be placeholders. One thing that really comes to mind when I think about this is relationships. A lot of times we come across people, maybe we are the people who are in relationships that don't benefit us, that no longer push us, that no longer grow us. We're in a relationship with someone and we're not benefiting one another. We're not helping one another. We're not sharpening one another. We're not boosting one another. We don't have a vision together. We don't have a purpose together. We're just holding on just to say, well, at least I got a bae, at least I got a man, at least I got a girl. And when I think about that, I'm thinking, is that really the way you want to think about your relationship? Well, at least I have one. Or do you want to be in a relationship that pushes you, that challenges you, that grows you, or that benefits you in some way? It could be the same with a friendship. A lot of times we have friends in our lives who we have them there just because they've always been there, or they've been there for so long that, we don't really know how to change the status of the relationship, the friendship. We don't really know how to maneuver this friendship and maybe change the positioning of it in our lives. Sometimes we don't know how to get rid of the person. Sometimes we just need to get rid of the person and we don't know how to do that. And I'm not a fan of, throwing people away, but sometimes you have to look at the relationships in your life and ask yourself, is this relationship benefiting me? Do I benefit that person? Does that person benefit me? Are we challenging one another? Are we pushing each other? Are we growing one another? Or are we just keeping the other one around just because they've always been there? Placeholder. Sometimes it's a job situation that's not pushing us, it's not challenging us, it doesn't feed us in any way, there's no purpose to it, it's just a placeholder. And, I was thinking how this idea of placeholders, how this pertains to fear. And I think a lot of times we're afraid of letting go of things. We're afraid of letting go of relationships. We're afraid of letting go or releasing people from our lives because we're afraid of maybe the emptiness we might feel. We're afraid of the sense of loneliness we might feel. We're afraid of the other person's reaction. We're afraid of maybe judgment that we think might come if we let go of this thing or let go of this person or let go of this relationship. And as always, we can't allow fear to control our lives. We can't allow those fears to control our lives. And again, we're in this gift-giving season, and so many of us are hoping to receive new things, whether it's a material possession or just receive new things in our lives. But how are we expecting to receive something new if our hands are full of something old? How? How can we receive something new if our hands are full of something old? Sometimes, like I said, we don't want to experience the emptiness, when we release something, when we let something go. We don't want to experience that emptiness. But the best way to receive something is if your hands are empty and open to receive. If your hands are full of something, holding on to something, grasping something, how can you then receive the new thing? And a lot of times we want the new thing to come while we're still holding on to the old thing. And sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes a new opportunity will present itself while we're still in the midst of the old opportunity, and then we can say, oh, I'm going to let that go because this new opportunity came in. It's a better option for me. But a lot of times we have got to release or relinquish something first so that our hands are open to receive the new thing that's just around the corner. Sometimes the new thing is just around the corner, waiting for us to let go of the old thing. Again, that could be job, that could be relationship, that could be friendship, that could be any number of things. So I really want you to think about that. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to look at that as we're moving into this new year and people are setting goals and setting plans and realigning with vision and purpose for their lives, and recognizing, I want some new things to happen for me and to me in this new year. That might mean that you need to look at the placeholders in your life. Look at the things that are just holding place, just taking up space. Look at the things that aren't growing you anymore. Look at the relationships that aren't growing you anymore, that aren't benefiting you anymore. And ask yourself, in order to receive the better version of this, do I need to let go of something? In order to experience greatness, do I need to let go of just good enough? You might need to let go of the thing that's just good enough in order to get to the thing or receive the thing that's great. Okay? You might need to let go of some of the placeholders in your life. People, relationships, circumstances, actual things, actual physical possessions. You might need to let go of some of the placeholders in your life in order to receive the newness that you're hoping and wishing and praying to experience. So that's what I want to share. That's what I want to challenge you all to do. I'm certainly challenging myself to do that, to really look at my life and ask myself, what newness do I want to experience in my life? And in order to experience that newness, is there something that I need to let go of? And challenge myself to not be afraid of what happens when I let go of that thing. I have to believe that the new thing that I want, that I desire, that I believe I'm meant to have, is going to come when my hands are open and ready and prepared to receive it. And when your hands are open and ready and prepared, then you might actually have to get your heart and your mind and your spirit and your body and your whole life prepared. But, the first step could be just letting go of the placeholder. That could be the first step. And in order to receive something new, you might need to have empty hands, which means you might need to let go of the placeholders. So, happy Friday. Merry Christmas. As always, fear is stupid. So in everything, live, love, go, do, be. Thank you so much for joining me again, for watching again, and I will talk to you next week after Christmas. Bye-bye.